I've been in Saint Martin for 31 years, working as an agricultural manager. Most of my work centers on supplying plants with processing corn from August to October. The difference between fresh corn for husking and processing corn is that processing corn is chosen based on the length of the ear and the total number of edible kernels. It takes longer to ripen than fresh corn. The type, either yellow or bicolor, isn't important. It's a question of preference and depends on the consumer's taste. To decide when to harvest, we use a sampling system. We visit the field 3 or 4 days before the harvest to take samples, which we then take to the lab. We husk, shell, and weigh the corn, then measure the size of the kernel and check its humidity level. Using the information we gather, we decide when the corn will be ready to harvest, either the next day or on the day or two after. It's very important to harvest the corn at its optimal ripeness. We aim for about 72% humidity. Corn dries as it ages, so the lower the number, the riper it is. This is to see if the field is ready for harvest. Check your harvesters, then do that field over there. Okay, no problem. The harvester will start the harvest around 10 a.m. By 11 a.m., the truck is loaded and the corn arrives at the plant by 11:30 a.m. By noon, the processing begins and the corn is either frozen or canned. By 2 or 3 p.m., all the work is done and the corn is fresher than fresh. The plant processes an average of 11 million ears per day. That's enough to hold a corn roast for the entire province of Quebec for every day we process sweet corn in Saint Martin. The corn is moved using a conveyor. Once it arrives at the plant, it's husked and shelled. In Saint Martin, the corn is fed manually into the shelling machine. The shellers can process 7 to 8 million ears an hour. It's really tough, physically demanding work. The shellers are the heart of the plant. Without them, we couldn't do our work. The corn is cleaned using only water. No chemicals or additives are used, just water. Water is also a crucial part of the corn plant and just about the most important part of the process after the corn itself. We've decreased the amount of water we use by 50% over the past 3 years. We've invested a lot of money in our water and wastewater recycling systems here in Saint Martin. Next, the corn is transported to the inspection tables, where employees inspect it for anything that the water or other workers have missed. About 50% of the corn is frozen and the other half is canned. Canned corn is cooked at 260 degrees for roughly 15 minutes in order to sterilize the can. The brine added to canned vegetables is used to preserve the product and keep it sterile. Brine is essentially water. Sometimes salt or sugar is added depending on the recipe for each brand. For creamed corn, part of it is crushed and the other part is made of whole kernels mixed with cornstarch, salt, and sugar to create a thick and delicious cream. The first step for freezing corn is to blanch it to remove as many of the enzymes as possible in order to preserve the corn once it is frozen. The corn is frozen for about 6 or 7 minutes at minus 40 degrees. It comes out of the tunnel fully frozen. Frozen products have the advantage of being available year-round at a consistent level of freshness and quality. The price is stable too. Super sweet corn is a type of corn that is naturally super sweet. No sugar is added to this variety. It's sweet enough on its own. This type of corn, whether frozen or canned, tastes just like corn on the cob. It's fresh corn. You can eat it year-round, and it will always be like eating fresh corn. It's so good, it's like eating candy. It's crunchy and processed within hours of harvesting. Quebecers love corn. It's in our genes.